If you think cold plunging is a fad, watch this. I am JC, also known as Jean Carlos. I have been a fitness expert for over 2 decades almost, and I have a wide range of clients who have been working with. I've seen a lot of my clients and their families thrive through what I do, making their lives a lot better over time, and now have the privilege of working with their kids, which is really cool. I would say that for me, myself, personal experience, being a person that's very interested by human physiology, anatomy, science, geography, and like just knowing about humans, I've watched a lot of documentaries on different cultures and, centenarians and blue zones of the world and people that live longer. And I find that, through that front of learning, I've come across the benefits of cold plunging as well as saunas and the benefit of heat and cold exposures. I find that environmentally, a lot of us are not exposed to stressors at a cellular level. And I think that what you can achieve with cold plunging, most people do not achieve when we're trying to be purposeful with training itself. So it does train you at a cellular level. It affects, your brown fat, which is fat that is contributing to your utilization of energy in the body. It improves insulin sensitivity. Your catecholamines, your mitochondria, your oxytocin. So these are like terms that most people don't know, but they're all very beneficial. And I think that for all of us, because we are now moving into a culture of sedentary, not moving around a lot, we are missing a lot of these benefits through not doing much. The benefits of it would be beneficial in a wide range of, obviously with like being able to improve your metabolic function, being able to get rid of the poor cells in your body, being able to reduce inflammation, being able to work your brain through the stressors that being exposed to the cold does. It's like the flight or fight mode. A lot of us don't get in a healthy setting, and this would change that and make it so that exposing you to it willingly will actually reduce the amount of stress that some things in your life can bring. It helps you with your utilization of carbs and fats to keep you warm. So brown fat is not really like the fat that most of us think. It's just like very minimal. Babies have a lot of it. And they're located on your clavicles, behind the neck, in the middle of your back. And this fat is in charge of helping you, like I said, utilize energy to keep you warm. Anybody that's a business professional, and if anybody listening, and and you're constantly stressed, you're sometimes always thinking about what's next, you're always thinking about what you can do to minimize what you have to do to be able to be healthier, feel good. And I find that when you're a person that you're constantly on the go, you don't have a lot of time to give to yourself, to work out, join those classes that will make you better. Cold plunging just takes a few minutes, if that, to give you a lot of those benefits that you will get from an hour workout, a long swim, joining a spinning class, which can take time. So again, it's just a good addition to have when you're lacking time. That's something that a lot of us don't have enough of, or sometimes we don't prioritize. So simply just waking up in the morning and getting into a cold plunge will give you a lot of those benefits in a very short amount of time. When it comes to athletes, and this is something that is not unknown, especially today with so much media that we have access to, athletes can benefit hugely from cold plunging. Obviously, it's all got to be structured around what they're doing, of course, because cold plunging can reduce inflammation. As we all know, if you watch baseball or any sports, athletes after they perform, they get ice, pitcher, big ice pack. You have soccer players that run a lot, and sometimes they get that ice pack on the knee. So ice has always been our go-to step when it comes to reducing inflammation or swelling of a joint. So when it comes to a full body protocol, we're looking at that reduction of inflammation through your entire body so that your joints can be depleted of the poor cells that have been broken down and then get replenished with the new cells full of oxygen and the good nutrients that allow for better recovery. Everyone's fitness level, knowledge level is very broad. There's people that are very much aware of the benefits of a cold plunge, especially people from colder climates. Europeans, I find that they're pretty much aware of the benefits. Hence, like the polar swim that most people do in winter times. People from Nordic countries, if we ever end up in a sauna, a lot of them do speak very highly of it, which is why we find ourselves in a sauna quite a bit, because it's a tradition for a lot of them. And these are some of the happiest people, some of the healthier countries and places on earth. So cold plunging, for the people that are not as educated or broad in their thought, is simply just a good way to increase those happy hormones that we all need, reduce inflammation, which a lot of people carry, and not only through activity, but just through poor lifestyle habits, poor nutrition. It's a good way to improve your metabolic rate as well through the increase of the activation of the brown fats. And of course, like most North Americans, insulin sensitivity and resistance. We have diabetes. We have certain things that most of us are trying to avoid and prevent. So it's just a good way to have something that can be done that will stress your body more than most people could work out and achieve. A lot of people that go to gyms don't push themselves really hard. So if you're a person that you are trying to achieve cellular change within your body, this will be a way to do it without having to kill yourself at the gym. Being a trainer and a fitness expert, excuses are something I'm used to dealing with, and is obviously how you deal with uh, objections in a constructive way. I find that obviously what helps us now is that we have so much access to media, and we can refer people to either scientific papers or a video from a celebrity that does cold plunging that can influence someone. But essentially, I think it's just a fear of the unknown, a fear of just basically being cold. But I think that the benefits outweigh those fears a lot of the times. And when someone has the ability to do a cold plunge and they do it once and twice, those fears tend to decrease over time. It's just like anything else, right? Like the fear of jumping, the fear of doing a heavy chest press or a pull up. It's just fears that false evidence say, oh, things appear real, right? Like it's just not real, and it's something that you can work your way into and outweigh the negative thoughts that you have of it. Cold plunging, although very popular, a lot of people don't get exposed to it as frequently enough. I do have clients that have seen dramatic benefit from it just from a dopamine perspective, where they get into the cold plunge early in the morning and it just wakes their body up. They get a natural high from it and they continue to repeat that process. Again, there's not a lot of experiences in life that can do what drugs do. And that is one thing that I want to make relevant to anybody. And if you want to experience life at a higher level, then cold plunging is something that will give you that. Number one, you're going to be challenged in terms of your own neuroplasticity, your body's ability to handle cold, and you're going to find that to be a nice little challenge in which you're going to want to push the envelope a little more each time. And again, we're talking about minutes. We're not talking about prolonged minutes or hours, right? Like a workout, like going for a run will do. This is something that can release those hormones in an instant, which is A very big benefit. I'm talking about UFC fighters, the list goes on and on. Famous boxers, Floyd Mayweather, Kevin Hart. We're talking about Tony Robbins, people that are highly respected that believe in cold plunging. There are so many people that are doing it, especially like celebrities that, because like, I mean, a lot of people are doing it. It's just like people haven't been asked, haven't been put in a position to like take the step. Like, let's get you a cold plunge. Let's make this easy for you. Like, saunas gain popularity a little bit more now than they used to before. And we have to do the same for the cold plunge. If you're on the fence about cold plunging, I would suggest that you have access to something that can transform your life in matter of minutes. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that in order for us as humans to have a release of dopamine, we have to take drugs. And that's all I have to say. So if you want to experience high at a different level, getting into a cold plunge will give you that. Cold plunging will also help you release some pretty good hormones that can only be triggered through lovely experiences like making love, right? Those are oxytocin, one of those happy hormones. You have also the release of dopamine, which is what something that most people have to take drugs for. So you can get into a cold plunge really early in the morning and through your day be experiencing a high level of dopamine, which motivates you, which gives you drive, and it gives you a high, like I said, that most people have to take drugs to experience. And the other hormone that cold plunging can help you release is serotonin. We all know what it does, right? It inspires you, it gives you energy, it motivates you, makes you feel happy. So again, many benefits from cold plunging. Do you want to feel like you're having sex every morning? Try cold plunge. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it's like because like all of us are like lacking this high of life. Like we wake up every morning, we have a caffeine shot, and like we get to work, and yes, life is happy, and but there's a lot of this like hormones that, and I mean, like the more I've looked into it, the more it's like holy shit, right? Like how awesome it would be to like have the ability to get into a cold plunge and then get this like rush of dopamine and oxytocin and norepinephrine and like, whoo, right? Like it just sets you up for a good day, right? And I think that would be the most, I mean, how can you not want that? Like you don't have to take any pills, you don't have to take anything. Literally just get into the cold plunge and just feel, that those endorphins just releasing in your body.